What's up, loves? It's Kara here with a new video. Now, as you know, I did an Ulta haul recently. Well, not recently, maybe like a month and change ago now. But I did an Ulta haul, I did a Sephora haul, and I also did the ABH haul. In this video, we'll be using a lot of those products. I'll be showing you how they apply on my face. And I will be sharing my thoughts with you as well, being that it's been about a month and change that I've had them in my collection now. So if you guys want to know all my thoughts and see all the products in action, go ahead and keep watching this video. What's up, guys? So let's go ahead and get into this get ready with me. I'm starting off with my skin already all moisturized. You saw in the haul that I had purchased this La Roche-Posay moisturizer with SPF, and I've been using this a lot. I really do like it because, as you can see, it doesn't give that ashy cast effect, so I can actually wear this sunscreen and wear no makeup and still not look crazy. Because some sunscreens, they give off like that white cast and it looks crazy. It looks like you're ashy, so it kind of defeats the purpose of being a moisturizer. This is one of the Allure Beauty winners for 2017, and I really have been enjoying it. So that's what I put on my face after the rest of my skincare. Well, I do my toner, my eye cream, my vitamin C, and then I topped it off with this moisturizer. So I have been enjoying this. I picked this up during my Ulta haul, as you guys saw. Another skincare product that I picked up during my Sephora haul was the Fasali Rose Gold Elixir, and I really have been enjoying this. The only problem with this is I can't wear it with every foundation that I have, because it is a beauty oil and it will break down the foundation. So that's one thing. And I didn't even hold this on my channel as of yet, but this is this is one of the newer foundations that I picked up. It's from Cover FX. This is the Power Play foundation. I got mine in the shade G100. I use Cover FX's website. They take you to Facebook Messenger and you get to message them basically, and they help you pick a shade. And when I tell you that this shade is spot on, I did a whole post about it on my Instagram, so you guys should be following me over there, because you guys get the facts over there before you get it here on YouTube. But I'll come back and share my thoughts, because this is not the foundation that I'm using. So if you want a video on this, let me know, and I'll definitely come back and share more thoughts. But I will say the Fasali with this oil doesn't make it last as long as I've noticed that it can last. But it is a matte foundation. You guys know I have dry skin, so I think this foundation is going to work better for me in the upcoming months. In the upcoming months when it gets warmer and my skin produces more of those oils. But the reason why I didn't use my Fasali oil today is because we're going to be using the new, well, it's not that new anymore. It came out towards the end of last year, but you guys wanted to know how I felt about this one. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. My shade is in Medium Dark 4 Macao, and that's the foundation that I'm going to be wearing today. But before I go in with my foundation, I do want to powder up my face. And I'm taking my e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. This powder is actually featured in my project pan for the year. And as you can see, pan. Well, I've already had pan when I started it, but look how much I've actually used up. So I just want to grab any kind of fluffy brush here and just go ahead and set that moisturizer that I put on my face. I do like to set my moisturizer, which I'm going to go in with a new primer, one that I haven't used before, so I can't really share my thoughts on this, but I did want to test it out. This is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer, safe for sensitive skin. It says apply evenly over clean face. So honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't prime every day. I just don't. Whenever I do prime, I do have to bust out my, what is this? Who makes this again? Touch of Soul? Touch They Soul? Touch in Soul. This is their No Problem Primer. I literally just need like half a pump of this, because I like to focus this primer only where I have pores. So that would be like here on the sides of my nose and right above my mouth. We're going to let those primers sink in. Now, as far as brows go, you did see I did purchase a couple of brow products, and the one from BH Studio, I like this brow pencil. It reminds me a lot of the Anastasia brow pencil. Both of them have a spoolie on one end, and then the product on the other end has that super fine tip. This, what shade did I get? This is in brunette, and for me this is like a really dark shade for my eyebrows. So for today, I'm only going to focus this more towards the end of my brows. For me, using a brow pencil just makes doing your eyebrows so quick and easy. I swear, with the pomades, I feel like it would take me like a good 8-9 minutes to just do my brows. Now with pencils, man, please, ain't nobody got time for that. With pencils, I'm done with my brows in like 2 minutes. 1 minute for each eyebrow. Like, it's that serious. Okay. It was a snow day yesterday, so I was home with the kids, and I still ended up going to work anyway. So it was just a long day. It's always something, y'all. It seems like every time I turn around it's something, which is why my videos are never on any kind of set schedule or anything like that. But I'm glad that you guys always tune in. I love to see the same faces pop up in my comments. You guys make my day. Like, y'all don't even know. When I read your comments, it just really makes me so happy to know that you guys are still enjoying my content. Well, now this one I picked up also from Ulta Beauty, and this one is in the shade dark brown, and it's not dark brown. But again, it has that slim tip that I like, but the color is just not great for me. But I will take this and I'll use this towards the front of my brows, so that gives that gradient effect, because this is definitely lighter than the BH Cosmetics one. Now what we're not gonna do is use this Essence brow gel. I didn't like it. You guys saw the first time that I used it in the haul, and I didn't have any complaints about it then, but I definitely do now. It does not hold your brows. I don't know why the reviews was as good as it was on the Ulta website. But one thing that I didn't show you guys in my Anastasia Beverly Hills haul, it fell out the box and I found it underneath my desk. I went ahead and picked up my tried and true clear brow gel from Anastasia. So that's what I'm going to use to set my brows in place. And when I say that this brow gel sets your brows in place, my brows are not going to go anywhere after setting them. Like, it keeps its shape, it keeps the product in, and makes it last all day. So this is what a brow gel is all about. So now I just want to get into my eyes. I'm going to take my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and that's probably too much because a little of this goes a long way. I'm just going to use my fingers today and just go ahead and spread that all over my eye space here. Yo, y'all, my brushes are so dirty it makes no sense. I'm actually going to take this one. This is, I don't remember the name brand, but it says it's a deluxe crease brush. So I'm taking that Tempera shade and we're going to just put that all over. Okay, so now we're going to start with some crease work. Now I'm going to take that Morphe E22 brush and I'm going to go in with the shade Orange Soda. With that same brush, I'm going to go in with Burnt Orange just to warm up that crease a little bit more. Now with the Morphe E28 brush, I want to take the shade Rustic. I haven't used this shade as of yet, and this shade is a new shade to this palette here from Anastasia. So I'm going to take that more towards this outer edge here. Oh, that's a pretty brown. Okay. It's that pretty brown driving me wild. Ooh, child, things are gonna get a little easier. Y'all know me. I like to place my color and then blend it out. And I'm focusing that more on my outer V here. But then I do take whatever's left on the brush after blending, and I'll go ahead and run that through the crease as well. That's why I like the smaller brush, because you see, it gives you that definition where you can still see my transition, but this rustic color is in the crease. And I don't take it as far into the inner corner of my nose as well. Okay, and then taking the previous brush and just blending those together, making sure everything is nice and blended. So that's that as far as the crease. Now we're just going to do a lid shade. Like I said, nothing too major. This is a Morphe M333 brush. And I think I'm going to go in, I'm going to keep this as an all matte look today. So I think I'm going to use the Mulberry shade, which is another shade that I have not touched as of yet. I'm going to take that Mulberry shade and apply. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. No, actually this time I'm going to use a clean brush. So this is a Morphe M433. And I'm just going to blend those outer edges. I know Cypress Umber was in like the Modern Renaissance palette, I believe. I'm going to take that same brush that I just used. It's pretty clean. And I'm going to take Cypress Umber just for that outer corner, because I need to deepen it up a little bit now that I put that dark shade. But I want to put Cypress Umber here on the outside just to deepen up that outer corner. Just a little bit. Alright, y'all, we're going to leave the eyes as is for now. We're going to get into this face base. So I'm taking my NARS. So we're going to take the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Again, my shade is in Medium Deep for Macau. Now, guys, If you follow me on Instagram, you know I was actually considering returning this foundation. I personally find that I like it better mixed with my Fenty foundation. I'm not going to do that today just for the purpose of this video. I know you guys are really interested in seeing how this applies, so we're going to make sure I'm fully focused. Now, the pumps on this foundation is interesting because look at what one pump looks like. Isn't that a little bit of product? I don't even know if y'all can see it. Well, when I turn to the side, y'all can see it. Right there. Like, that little pump of foundation is hardly anything on there. So, I find that I have to pump so much of the foundation out. That's one thing. This foundation is like 50 bucks. So, it's like if I'm pumping and pumping and pumping, my goodness, how much foundation that I have to use. So, that's 4 pumps right there on the back of my hand. Told you guys, my brushes are dirty. So, we're going old school here. I'm going to take my e.l.f. stipple brush. I also have my e.l.f. powder brush here, just in case I need to build up a little bit more coverage. But I do want to stipple this over because maybe with the powder brush is soaking up too much of the foundation. So I'm just going to swirl this around in this in the foundation and taking just a little bit. It says start at the center of your face and spread it outwards. So let's go ahead and start. I think the coverage is beautiful on this foundation. And there's definitely a difference between radiance and luminosity. This radiant foundation takes luminosity to a whole nother level, y'all. Like, look, I mean, hey, maybe this stipple brush was the way to go because I think that little bit just spread out. Ooh, this brush is shedding. I think that just spread it out really nicely, actually. So trying different techniques and brushes really helps. I usually, you guys know I am a beauty blender girl. I love my beauty blender, but with this foundation, like I just said, as far as me using so many pumps of it, I also felt like the beauty blender soaked up this foundation as well, which is why I actually prefer this foundation with a brush. The shade match is not bad. It does, once it settles into my face, it looks like a better shade match. Right now it may look a little yellow compared to what my neck is looking like, but once it does dry down, I think it settles nicely into my skin actually. But again, even though I have dry skin, I'm all about the glow. Y'all know I'm all about the glow, but this is just a little bit much. Like, this is radiance. I think it'll be really, really pretty in the spring and summer months because, you know, you want to glow even more then. But again, as I said, me personally, I'll probably be mixing it with my Fenty foundation because that's more of a mattifying foundation and it kind of balances it out. Balances out that radiance really well. But y'all see this coverage, y'all? I'm going to put a little bit more. You guys know my problem area is always above my mouth because that's where I used to break out from eczema. And I'm not going to worry too much about covering up underneath my eyes because that's what the concealer that we're going to use this for. So, okay. Here I go talking shit. I still got stuff on my hands. So, I'm just going to wipe that on my neck. So, hey, there we go. We just learned something. Using the right tools to apply your stuff actually doesn't make you have to use as much product. So, that's something good to know. I did realize that I do like a brush better with it, but now I know even better, a stippling brush will work even better. Now, if you remember in the Ultra hauls, I did pick up 2 different brands of concealers. Everybody and their mama was talking about these damn Makeup Revolution concealers. The C12 shade, not a good look for me. It made me look ashy. I don't know. Actually, in the Ultra haul video, I used these as an all-over foundation, and y'all, good thing I had on a mock neck sweater in that video because I looked so ghostly and it just was terrible. So this C12 is not a good look for me. I don't like it, but the C15 I do like as a contour shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this as my contour shade here and take that here. Add a little couple of lines here. This concealer is really, really thick. So this I'm going to actually blend out really quick. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my Mario Badescu spray. This is not the one that I hold. You guys know I live for the, what is this? Aloe Cucumber and Green Tea spray. Really love that spray. But I'm taking my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I really like this for that contour or definition along my cheekbones. And I'm just going to blend out that contour shade before I actually get into my highlight shades. And for the highlight shades, we're going to use a different concealer since I don't like the C12 here. I also like to blend out my contour first, because then when I go in with the highlight, it kind of balances out. You see how I just messed up this side here, but when I go to blend out that highlight, then it'll just even everything out. So it just makes sense for me to do my contour first. What I normally do with these Ulta Beauty concealers, this is the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. It actually says it's waterproof. I just realized that. Deep Warm is what I use when I want to highlight, so you guys know, underneath my eyes, bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, chin. I don't do my chin and I don't do my forehead anymore. If anything, I'll just take what's left over on the Beauty Blender and do those areas. And Deep Cool is what I use more as a skin tone color. As you see, it's kind of close to my skin tone, and I usually put that above my mouth and clean up that eye makeup a little bit. I have no idea why that just cut off, but all I did was take my Beauty Blender and I blended out the concealers that I used on my face. But that's all blended out now. The next product that I'm using is my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This is in the shade Deep, and this by no means is a new product to me. I have been using it, I have been loving it, but I found my newfound love for it is to actually apply it on my Beauty Blender. And this is what I take to set my concealer. And guys, when I say this looks so smooth under here, this has been my go-to trick, and it lasts all day. You guys know I have allergies, so my eyes be running, and I swear it just still looks smooth. Sometimes certain powders that I use, if I tear up, it will get crusty underneath, and that is not a good look. That's all set. Now I'm going to set the rest of my face, and I'm just going to take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. Oh my goodness, on what brush? I have no idea. I'm actually just going to take this little kabuki brush here with my MAC MSF, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this on the areas that I did not set as of yet. And people say this MAC MSF is a dupe for this. Well, they say the Sephora powder is a dupe for the MAC MSF. I don't think so. I use both pretty much on a daily basis, and I think this Sephora powder is just a little bit more smoother, and the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish just gives more of like a natural, it's more like it's a skin finish. It looks like skin when it finishes, basically. So that's why I like to use both of these powders. So to set my contour shades, I'm taking my Anastasia powder bronzer in Mahogany. You guys know I have been loving this. I'm not taking this brush though. I'm gonna take the Real Techniques Multitask brush, and I'm just gonna apply that bronzer to bronze up where I applied that contour shade. No, I've been loving this bronzer. I haven't put this bronzer down. Like, I've been mixing it up because you guys know I do have a bronzer in my project pan, so I've basically been either going with that or this. Like, there's no in between. You guys, it's a really smooth powder. I think it shows up really nicely on my skin, which is not always the case when it comes to brown bronzers. And it just brings life back into my skin, like seriously, especially with me using that C15 Makeup Revolution powder concealer. I'm going to take that brush and squeeze it, and also go along the sides of my nose as well, just to bring out the definition a little bit more here. Face is feeling a little bit tight. Oh, and yeah, I didn't mention about this foundation. It is a more mattifying foundation, even though it gives that radiance. That's so weird to me. But anyway, let's let this spray dry. And I do still like the lavender Mario Badescu spray. It's whatever which one I grab. It really doesn't matter to me. Using that same kabuki brush that I had used the MSF on, and I'm just gonna go in and make sure like it doesn't get splotchy or anything like that with what I just sprayed. I'm gonna take Becca Topaz along with my Morphe M438 brush, and that's what I'm gonna use to highlight today too. Alright, now that that's out the way, we're gonna go ahead and do blush. And I'm gonna take my Tarte palette here. This was a holiday set, and with the eye look that I have on, I'm gonna take a mixture of this shade here. What else? Nah, I'm just gonna take that shade there. And look how much, like, Tarte blushes are so bomb. Gonna smile, put that on the balls of the cheek, and go ahead and blend it backwards. Alright, and that's pretty much it for my face, guys. I'm just gonna take that kabuki brush because I kind of went a little ham on the blush. And anytime that you go over It just smooths everything out and makes it very seamless. I'm gonna go back into my eyes really quickly, just taking, oh, this was a brush that I got in my what do you call that, in one of my Ipsy bags. This is from a company called Vasanti, and I'm going to take a mixture of the orange soda and burnt orange shades, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put that up underneath my eyes. Just gonna take that Cypress Umber shade and focus that more towards the outer corners at the bottom lash line, just so that we can connect the top with the bottom, only bringing it into about a third of the way basically. Alright guys, so off camera I just went in. Oh, let me tell y'all, I opened this up for the first time today. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Lash Primer. And it is so freaking cool. Let me show you guys this wand. One side of the wand is like a comb, and then the other side is like the regular mascara bristles. And this is a rubber bristle, but oh my gosh, that was really nice. And then I went ahead and topped it off with the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I had a sample of it that I've been trying here. I like it. I find that it's a little heavy for my lashes, so my lashes will be curled when I first apply it, and then towards the end of the day they kind of droop. But I'm hoping that changes with this Smashbox primer. So that was a good look. Now I'm just going to apply my lip. I'm going to use the ColourPop and Ellery collection, and I'm taking my favorite combo that I have discovered so far. So this is the shade Anyways, and this is an ultra matte lip, and on top of that I'm going to apply Netta, which is an ultra glossy lip. So that's the combination that I'm going to be wearing on my lips today. And if you see my last video that I put up, it's a declutter. I had to get rid of so many of my ColourPop lipsticks because they expire pretty quickly. That was one zip of the product. I was able to get my top and bottom lips, but I do want to go over it a little bit more because I think you get more of that true color with two coats. Sometimes when I wear these kind of lower neck shirts, I do like to take whatever's left on my bronzing brush and just go down, because I look super yellow down there and then all bronze and stuff up here. But I think my lipstick is pretty much dry, so going in with Netta and going, I'm just going to focus this more on the center of my lip. But I tell you guys, after using so many different kinds of liquid lipsticks and stuff, I don't like the applicator on these ColourPop liquid lipsticks. Well, on the ColourPop lip product. To me, they don't bend enough. It's not smooth. They're like kind of scratchy. I thought it was just scratchy in that other video because I was decluttering and it was, oh, but now that I got brand new lipsticks, I don't really like these applicators. But it is what it is. So guys, yeah, that is the completed look. I took you guys through all of the products that I've hauled in like the last month. If there's anything you want more information on, of course, let me know down in the comments below. I can do a dedicated review. I also have my favorites coming up. My faves and bows, actually, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. That's going to be a fun video that I'm going to have coming up for you guys. I'm going to be sharing my favorites. I'm going to be doing an update on my project pan because we are now in the 3rd month of the year. Can y'all believe it? This is March, y'all. So I didn't get to do February favorites, but it's going to be like February and March because I've still been using the stuff. But I have a lot of fun ideas for videos coming up, so I hope you guys stay tuned to watch them. If you haven't already, join the K Squad. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you here. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. That helps let YouTube know that this video is good and everybody needs to see this. So go ahead and thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys know I tell you all the time, I really do appreciate my new peeps, my old peeps. I love you all, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Later, y'all.